Why does sexual assault hurt so much? Let's talk about it. For starters, before I was sexually assaulted, I really didn't understand why sexual assault was so bad. And you need to be nice to me when I say that, because sexual assault was not a conversation I ever had in my household. My household barely talked about sexual intercourse to start with. All I knew growing up was that premarital sex was bad, and that if I found myself in a situation where I was being pressured to have sex, if I said no, then it would stop. And if I said no and it didn't stop, then it meant that I was sexually assaulted. But I had no idea what that meant beyond just that it was sexual assault. Quite literally, on the day that I was sexually assaulted, I had a conversation with my guy friends where I was talking about how I knew it was bad, I knew it was common, but I didn't understand why it was so bad. And I think that really goes to show sort of what little education we have in our society about the depth of the pain of sexual violence. So why do I think that sexual assault is so bad now having experienced it? For starters, sexual assault takes an experience that is supposed to be intimate and romantic, and sex is quite literally the most intimate thing that you can do with somebody, and it takes that and it makes it violent. When I say sex in this context, I mean any kind of physical intimacy. When I say sexual assault in this context, I mean any kind of sexual assault. So at the core of sexual assault, you are taking an experience that is supposed to be pleasurable and enjoyable, and you are making it violent and torturous. The second thing is that sexual assault removes your sense of autonomy. In this world, there is really only one thing that you have control over, and that is yourself. But when you were sexually assaulted, your choice on what you do with your body and how you use it and who you sleep with and who you don't sleep with, that choice is removed from you. And this is counterintuitive to what we are taught growing up. We are taught that if you say no, somebody will listen. Regardless of where you learned it, your body is the only thing that you truly have control over in this world, and sexual assault removes your bodily autonomy. On a really core level, sexual assault violates a boundary. When it comes to sex, you need two consenting parties. That doesn't mean that with one party there's an absence of a no. It means that with both parties there is a present yes. So there is a natural boundary that is in place when you are engaging in physical intimacy with someone. And in order for that boundary to be moved, there needs to be consent. On the other side of the coin, you have how sexual assault impacts men. For men, sex is taught as an always thing. Men always want to have sex, and therefore they couldn't be sexually assaulted because that would mean that they're having sex. And this is just simply not true. Men are supposed to be in control, and men are supposed to call the shots. And so when they are sexually assaulted, it is an extra confusing experience for them because they are told that that is what they should want. When in reality, men have boundaries and men need to have consent just like women do. There are lots of reasons why sexual assault is so bad on like a psychological, like brain chemistry side of things, but that's a different conversation. Comment any questions or comments down below. I hope this made sense. I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers.